what was I gonna say? It's obviously like one of those things where, I think for him, again, if the passion's not there, you're not gonna end up on a good team. You're gonna get shit on. Like, these guys don't like losing, so I understand that. It's obviously scary for them. Same thing I dealt with Tom. It's like, it's not like these guys had some crazy job they were balancing, so it's a big cliff. Porter's gonna blow up doing content. The question is he gonna go to an org? It depends, because he's at a brand size that's quite significant. So it's the same thing, and Tom's talked about this too. It's like, well, what's an org going to necessarily do for me? And I think the biggest thing, two things are access, right? If he's trying to do Formula One shit, for example, there's some access paths there, and there's deal pipe. There's getting brand deals, and that's additional revenue. It's money. Capital for things he wants to do. So could he go back to Optic? I would guess. My guess is Crim probably wants some equity in some of these situations too. That's been sort of the sort of standard for guys of his size getting into an org now. I assume he's hitting up everyone, bro, or they're gonna hit him up. The thing with Porter is his numbers are massive. Streaming numbers are good. He's got like almost close to 1 million Twitter followers. His YouTube's pretty big, if I remember correctly. Let's see his YouTube. He's got 608K subscribers on YouTube. So Porter's platforms are big. In terms of like the way this shit works, guys, right? I'll give you an example. We'll give you the Zuma example, right? So the way it works for someone like Tom is he's represented by a large talent agency. In this case, Shibby's his agent. It works for William Morris Endeavor, which is one of the biggest talent agencies in the world. And they have a lot of guys signed to their esports roster, and they bundle that in order to leverage brand deals. So they go to the brands that work with William Morris, and they say, on the esports side, you guys want to do this thing. Here are all of our guys. Here's a roster. And then they divvy up the money that way. And Porter is always going to be in a position to get a big chunk of that in one of those situations if he goes that route. And the same thing can happen on org, right? Optic goes out and does the same thing, but as an org instead of a talent agency. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to leave Texas. First off, here, I'll make it very simple if you guys think about it. Just think about it. Porter, why do you think Porter is not going to leave Texas? There's a very obvious answer if you think about it. All right. Wagers, that's exactly true. If Porter moves to another state, another state where he can't own all his guns, he has he's big into that shit. So that's obviously a tricky situation. Obviously, the tag situation in Texas helps. So. Anyway, the gun thing is going to be interesting from him from a brand pipe, but yeah, let's see what happens. If I were him, I'm not in a rush to sign with an org. It's not like he's fucking like running out of money. He's been making $500,000 probably for every year for probably like 10, 15 years. This guy's got cash. So at this point, grow your stream, get in your rhythm, figure out what you want to do, and then the org shit will come to you over time, Like that's what I would do if I were him. So we'll see. It's a big loss for the league. I wouldn't be surprised if he does some content. He's always welcome on the flank, obviously. So if he wants to come on as a guest, like we'll have him.
I can't lose any full yet. Let me check the spam folder.
Like we definitely enjoy having Porter on. Tim and Tam and Crimsix deal. I think Tim's still involved with. Complexity, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. Partner of Complexity. I said for like 10 or 15 years. That might be gas, actually. That's actually probably way gas. Hold on. I'm walking that back. Put that dude on the desk. Porter would be great on the desk. The problem with Porter on the desk, though, is he'd be saying some fucking off-the-wall shit, bro. I don't know what Clay's doing. I think personally though, Clay's probably dealing with family stuff. He just lost his sister, man. So I think him and his situation is probably the last of what he's thinking about right now. Like he's going through stuff, personal stuff, and I think he appreciates all the support from everyone. But I think he's dealing with that stuff, and then he'll deal with the other shit. So